Wow. Whoa, 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 wow. What's up, bros? What's up, bros? Everybody's a bro. What's up, team? It's Coach Lenoci. We're here at the Takeover. We're back. Wow. What's different? What's going on? What? Wait, if you're watching, what's going on? Why is my mind blown right now? What is going on, Michael? Everybody calm down. Everybody relax. Remember, I'm your coach. I have it all under control. I have everything under control, guys. We made some adjustments. And this is what good coaches do, okay? You have a team, and let's say you make mistakes during the week. You make mistakes throughout the season. You make adjustments. And that's what I did. I made adjustments, guys. Welcome to the Takeover with Michael Lenoci. I'm your coach, Michael Lenoci. Here we are. If this is your first week joining us, welcome to the team. We're glad to have you a part of the team. If it's not your first week, you've already seen so many different improvements and adjustments that we've made throughout the season. Excuse me. Okay? Let's start just with our environment. What's your environment like right now? Maybe it's toxic. Maybe it's not bringing good energy in for you, and you got to switch it around. Like, for instance, my bedroom. Every couple of years, I like to switch it around. I rearrange it. If the bed's on the east side, then I bring it to the west side. I don't hate. I'm not going to hate on either side of the sides, okay? You gotta maybe move some things around. Maybe change a lamp. Maybe change your bedding. Maybe change the different types of underwear you're going to use. By the way, we're not ever doing white underwear. Did we talk about this previously? Maybe. And if we have, by the way, if there's something that we have talked about previously, it's okay to talk about it again. We're just reassuring ourselves. We're just reminding ourselves, how can we get better? How can we be better? And that's what good leaders do. And you're all going to be good leaders yourselves one day. If you're not, I can help you get there. Okay? We got quotes of the week this week. We got stories, we got explanations, and we got negative energy that I'll talk about. And I'm going to bring it up, and I don't like to bring it up again, but I'll bring it up this week because you know what? Sometimes you're going to be in many battles, and you're not going to always win the battles, but you're going to win the war. I know that you know what I mean when I say that, okay? So we changed our environment. This week, it's way different. What do we got going on? Okay, over my left shoulder, we got my college degree. That cost a lot of money. I don't use it, but I like to look at it, okay? In the corner is a little picture of me and my family from the 80s, all right? We're the 80s. We were in the 80s. We were alive in the 80s. Everybody in that picture was alive in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s and the 2010s. That's what's up. So there's a lot of knowledge in that picture. Now, we're not going to get any feedback or coaching lessons from anyone else in that family, because they're not on the Takeover. But they're part of my family, so they're part of the team as you are. Okay? We for misunderstanding people, what's that blue neon light? That's the guys' night out sign. Guys, some people are confused, okay? So that's why I'm going to bring this up. This is why we changed the environment. Guys' night out every Wednesday. It's a dating podcast. It's been going on for almost 3 years with my co-host, Chris Lev. I love it. I love doing it. I do it every week. If you ever have any relationship issues and you want advice from people who don't know what they're talking about, then you tune in Wednesdays and you could write in, okay? But people are confused. We're in the same studio as Guys Night Out. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that, huh? Who would have thought that I would be in the same podcast studio as where I record my other podcasts? Am I a comedian that has 2 podcasts? Yes. Is that too many? Who cares? Who cares? Okay? Do most comedians have a podcast? Yes. I would say most of them do. And if they don't, they're starting one. Now, do they have single man podcasts? Are there a lot of comedians with single man podcasts? There are. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that there are other comedians that have a single-man podcast? Is there only one person that owns the rights to that? No, of course not. Okay? So just because someone's doing a single-man podcast, that doesn't mean they're taking an idea from someone. Because I had a lot of haters commenting on some of my videos saying that I'm doing what Chris is doing. Dalia. That's not the case. Other people have single-man podcasts. You're stupid. You don't listen. And this is the takeover. And look, you already got me being negative. So we got to get rid of you. You've been blocked. You're getting blocked. You're going to get blocked. Okay? So here's my other podcast. Welcome aboard. Okay? Now I wanted to make it more of an office. You know why? Because people who are successful have offices. They have office spaces. And you know what? If their office is their bedroom, then they have it organized. If you're not sure how to organize yourself, go back to episode 1. Go back to episode 1 right now. You got to get your calendars. You got to be organized. If you have a calendar, you can have goals for the week, and then those goals for the week lead to the goals for the month, and the goals for the month lead to goals for the year. And then the year is successful, okay? You have little things that you got to do every day. They're errands. Errands make you feel good. So we're going to do errands, okay? This is my office. This is how it's going to be from now on. We're a little to the right. Why are you over there? Because I want you over there. Why am I over here? Because this is where I'm going to be. Okay? This is the fucking setup. And this is how it's going to be. And we're putting our foots down. We're putting our feet down. Did I mess up a word? Of course I did. Do I mess up words all the time? Of course I do. Is it going to stop us from being successful? Of course it's not. Okay? Am I coming off a little aggressive today? Yes. Why? Because I want to steamroll. I want to steamroll over the other teams out there. Because these other teams don't know what they're going up against. We're Super Bowl winners. We're champions. We're NBA champions. You guys are part of the team. We got Patreons. The Patreon is out there, man. If you contribute, that's great. Okay? That's fucking great. Okay? If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's not a big deal. There's different tiers. 1, 5, 10, and 25. $25 tiers. They get an extra bonus episode a week. Okay? $10, you get an extra episode a month. Okay? So that's what's up. And then it's a little more personal too. Okay? Check out the Takeover on Instagram at the Takeover Pod. Okay? Again, thank you for the Patreons that we have. And we love Mondays. We love Mondays here. Remember that, okay? You got to tell yourself in your brain, tell yourself, not out loud, not to yourself, tell your brain. Pretend that you're standing next to your brain. You're separate. You're separated for some reason. In this scenario, you're separated. You're in it's all white, okay? The whole place is white. It's like one of those white things. It feels like the lobby of heaven, right? We're in the lobby of heaven, and you're sitting there, and your brain's sitting there. And in this scenario, you can function without your brain. And your brain is sitting on a couch. The couch is a leather couch. It's a white leather couch. Everything's white. You're standing. You're wearing all white. You're just standing, okay? And you say to your brain, let's take over, okay? I love Mondays. You're telling your brain, I love Mondays, and I want you to love Mondays. And the brain goes, I've received the information, and I will exert that through your body. And after you do that, you'll open up your eyes. If I didn't tell you to close your eyes and start all over again. But then you'll open up your eyes, and you'll be like, I do love Mondays. And that's what we want to stress here. Part of this team is loving Mondays. And part of your job as a team player is to tell people about this. You got to tell people about this team. All right? Because then we're going to have a huge dynasty. Guys, we want a dynasty. We want a fucking dynasty. And to get to the dynasty, we have to win championships. And to win championships, we have to play as a team. And to be a team player, we all have to do our job and go on iTunes or Apple Music and leave a 5-star review saying you're a team player and saying what's up to Coach Lenoci. And that's just how it's going to be from here on out in life. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's what's incredible. That's what is incredible. So let's be there for each other. I'm excited to be back. Okay? This is week 6. Week 6 of the Takeover. And each week we've tried different things. We're learning. We're trying to get better at the podcast. Okay? We want it to be consistent. And I'm excited about my new office space. Okay? This is my office space. Will it be different next week? Probably not. Could it be different in 5 weeks? Maybe. It could. It could. I'm just saying it could. We don't know for sure. That's all I'm saying. But I'm glad to have you guys back here. Okay? That was a lot. You know what? I'm a little sweaty. It's not because it's hot in here. It's because I washed Wade. Wade's my dog, okay? I gave him a bath. It was time to give him a bath. Sometimes I take him to this place where it's a self bath, and you put a token in, and they give you different soaps and the water pressure, and then you wash him, and he's tied up, and he hates it, and he cries, and then you dry him off. They have this dryer hose, but it's always cool air, so it doesn't really work that well. They're scared to make it warm. Come on. So I didn't take him there today. I did it out front. I had a hose. I gave him a little bath so my fingers smell like the dog shampoo. Dog shampoo doesn't smell great. Even when they say it smells great, it's like there's still something weird to it because it's for fur, you know? So that's disappointing. We got to get, maybe if you guys have suggestions out there. I mean, I know there is like good smelling shampoo for dogs, but I feel like it's not as effective, or it's like not as good for their skin or to keep bugs off. It's the summer, so I like to use like tea preventative shampoo. Tea? Did I say tea? So I made a mistake. I meant tick and flea. So, but I'm bending over, so it's almost like a mini little warm-up workout, washing your dog. Washing your dog also feels good. It's like washing your car. Like after you wash your car, you feel, I haven't washed my car for years. I always get it washed, which, you know, not everybody's fortunate enough to do that, and I'm grateful to be in the position where I can get my car washed. But I remember the feeling of washing your car. You're like, why am I doing this? I hate it. But afterwards, you're like, wow, it looks nice. You still get that feeling after you get it washed by someone else. But I'm saying it's that feeling of like, I accomplished something. It's nothing. You're not really accomplishing anything. But it still makes you feel good mentally. So, you know, if you have a dirty car, sometimes that could be something you have to switch in your week. Maybe wash your car. Watch how much it changes your mood. Isn't it funny, like, you think you have a bad day because of one small little incident? Like maybe you got in an argument with your mom or someone in the beginning of the day, and then you will go home in the evening and be like, I had an awful day. Did you really? Did you really have an awful day? Or was it literally 3 minutes of your day that was bad? If you think about things like that, really puts stuff into perspective. Then you're like, well, actually, I didn't have a bad day. I had a bad moment, and I let it sit with me. And I do that a lot, and I'm guilty of it, and I'm sure a lot of us do. But how do we get past that? How do I get past that? I don't even know how to. Maybe we'll talk ourselves through it. I mean, I do that a lot. Like maybe I'll get upset by something someone said, or, you know, I'll get haterade on some of my comment sections of stuff. You know, dude, once you're in the internet, man, welcome to the internet. People will just say whatever you want. Once you have some sort of a following, people just love to talk shit. I mean, you see it on all these big people have big followings. It's just like people are always talking shit, especially on the sports center ones, or like anything where it's like posting about someone, like Barstool Sports or anything. It's just people just love to talk shit because they feel shitty about themselves, right? They feel crappy that they're not doing something that they love or whatever. They're fucking haters. Don't spread hate, spread love. We hear that fucking hacky bullshit cliche thing, Nick Lachey. Well, people are always talking like Nick Lachey. So that's where we're at. Maybe washing your car. So I washed Wade. I felt good about it. I did. I was like, oh, this feels good. I hope he feels good. I don't know how a dog feels. I mean, you know, they're always happy and they'll run around. And then like I dried him off pretty good. And then he'll like go on the rug and shake his whole body and stuff. But like mentally, are they like, oh yeah, I'm clean? Or are they like, why the fuck did my owner just torture me? That's probably, I think that my dog thinks that. He's like, why am I being tortured right now? Like when I'm putting the water on him, he's like, He's probably like, why are you doing this to me? He's like, what did I do to you? He's like, man, I don't understand this world. I just want to be loved and cuddled. And then this guy, every once in a while, he tortures me. He puts this thing with water that comes out of it, and he throws it all over me, and then he puts this smelly crap all over me. It's like the worst 10 minutes of my month. People are like, oh, you only wash your dog once a month? Fuck you. Sometimes, yeah. He's not that dirty. He's old. He's not running around a park anymore. He's almost 13. He shits like a horse, bro. He just fucking walks and shit comes out of him. He doesn't even squat anymore. So, unbelievable. Dolphins are 0-3. They lost. Again, these podcasts are recorded the week before. So, if you're listening, they could be 0-4. They probably will be. But this week they're 0-3. They got better though. You're always like, how can you say anything positive about that Miami Dolphins team? Are they going to go 0-16? Are they going to be a losing team? How do we know we're not? Oh, this is our 6th week of the podcast. Am I 0-6? No. Mentally, we're not. Mentally, I'm 6-0. That's how those players have to think. Those players have to be like, okay, there was something good from each week. There wasn't a lot from week 1, very little from week 2. Week 3, there was a lot. They were if they didn't fumble, they have the lead at halftime. Rosen looked great. I wouldn't say he's a superstar, but he looked way better than Fitzpatrick. All right? They cleaned up a lot of things. You got to look at the positive. The undrafted rookie wide receiver, Preston Williams, looks great. He catches balls, bro. That guy catches balls. I mean, you could throw him a basketball, bro. You could throw him a golf ball. He's going to catch any type of ball. If you were allowed to play football with any type of ball, it's going to work regardless of him. Am I crossing my legs? Of course. Why? Because we're about to get real serious, okay? We're going to talk some serious business about these guys. I'm really proud of them. How are you proud of an 0-3 team? Because I got a positive outlook on this situation. Guys, we know what's happening. We know what our job is this year. Our job is to get the first pick overall. But besides that, let's win 1 or 2 games. I think they can. After week 3, I see some stuff where I'm like, they can pull off a win. I just don't want to go 0-16. Now, if you're a part of the Takeover, are you part of the Takeover? You're never going to go 0-16. We go undefeated here. Even if you think you're having a rough week, we're gonna turn around. We're going to fix your mistakes. And before it's game time, which is when you turn the podcast on, you're winning. Okay? If you're listening right now, you won. You won your week. Because you're already telling yourself, I want to be a better person. And that's what we're doing here. And that's what the Miami Dolphins have to do. They have to start listening to this podcast. I can coach them. It's Coach Lenoci here. I'm going to help coach. I'm their off the field coach. I'm not taking the head coach's job. I'm just adding. I'm adding to the situation. I'm making it better. Offensive line was a little bit stronger. Gave the quarterback some time in the pocket here and there. I mean, there's still a lot of things to clean up, but I mean, you look at other teams in the NFL, like Patrick Mahomes on the Chiefs. They're good. I see that team going to the Super Bowl. Mahomes, isn't it funny? Like an athlete will emerge and then it becomes a household name, like Patrick Mahomes. If you didn't know a guy and you're like Mahomes, you're like, why is his name Mahomes? It's not like it doesn't feel like a star name, Mahomes. It seems like, all right, he's going to be here for a couple weeks and then we won't hear about him, like Mahomes. Culpepper. I feel like that's why Culpepper didn't become a Hall of Famer, because his last name. You're like, Culpepper? I don't want to have to say Culpepper. I remember when LeBron James first came around, I was like, it's not catchy, LeBron James. It's not like Michael Jordan, MJ, Michael Jordan. And then years later, you're like, James, LeBron, Bronny. It is catchy. If you're super fucking successful, your name becomes catchy. It doesn't matter how hard it is. Like Mahomes. Everybody, our parents who don't know anything about sports will know who Mahomes is. They'll know, oh yeah, Patrick Mahomes, I've heard of him. Everybody's heard of Tom Brady. That's a simple name. It's very easy. Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes. He's like the Steph Curry of the NBA, of the NFL. He's got swag. LeBron and Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the LeBron James. They're the same. But Mahomes is like, he's just chill and cool. That's how Steph Curry is. Steph Curry's an easy name that you're like, hey, I can get behind this. I can get behind this guy being a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Some names you're just like, okay, I guess I gotta learn this guy's name. Like Giannis in Milwaukee, for the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm not ever gonna say that name, but you know what? I will. He won MVP. How many MVPs is he gonna win? Is he gonna win a championship? If that guy's a superstar, he is a superstar already. But like, Eventually I'm going to get his name right just because he's going to dominate the league. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't know. But, like, one day my dad's going to be able to say his name because this guy's going to be, they say, the next LeBron to dominate the league. Zion Williamson, that's easier. I could see that being a superstar. Patrick Mahomes, that's a superstar name. What's the guy in Jacksonville? He's good. We got to see if he's consistent. What's his name now? Man, I need a guy with a computer to give me information. Why am I forgetting already? It's a weird last name. Well, what's our quote of the week, Michael? Coach Lenoci, what's the quote of the week? All right, here it is. Here's the quote of the week. Failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. Wow. 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 Failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. Take that in. Take that in, everybody. Everybody take that in. That's us. That is what this podcast is about. Nothing will stop us from succeeding. We will never let failure win. Why? Because our minds are set on succeeding. What do you have to do this week? What do you have to do this week that you don't want to do? Why do you not want to do it? Think about that and erase it from your brain. Now start thinking about how are you going to start getting that thing done? Wow. Wow. I mean, I blow my mind every week. This is incredible. How are we going to erase the failure and overtake the failure? Because our will to succeed is strong enough. I mean, these are powerful words. Guys, we're winning. Say it with me. Ready? Failure. Fuck. I already fucked up. But it's okay. I'm going to erase it. We're going to start all over. Failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough and I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. You don't have to say that part. I added it, but it felt like I should. But it doesn't matter. We're going to take that quote into the week and we're going to run through the gates or the banner. You know, like when there's a banner, when a football team comes out, running out, like a high school football team, and they run through the banner. That's what we're doing, dude. Dude, we're a fucking team, and we're going to fucking break through the banner and succeed through the week. Not going to lie, dude. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that we get to do that. That's a dream come true for some people. Like, I've always wanted to run through a banner, and I didn't realize that now we're doing it. Physically, no, but hypothetically, we're doing it. We're doing it as a team, and I'm leading you through it. I'm leading you guys through it. Hashtag the Takeover Pod, guys. Remember that. Okay? That's what you got to do. Hashtag the Takeover Pod. Tweet at me your questions. Whatever you need help with, I'm here. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you get through the week. We're going to get through all of the weeks together. This is a long season. It's a long season, but we're going to help each other get through it. Okay? There's how many games are in the season? A lot. There's a lot of games. Okay? How many? All of them. All of the games. We're going to play them all. Oh, man. Oh, man. I got a question. This was on my Patreon. All right, I'll share it with you guys because I have Patreon producers, and they get shout-outs on YouTube. But one of the questions was, how do I work out and want to work out with a busy schedule? And my suggestion was, switch it to the morning. Is it easier said than done? Of course it is. But if you have a busy schedule, you're not going to work out at the end of the day. You're going to be tired. You got to wake up a little bit early. You got to wake up. From what I know, from people that are working a lot of hours in the week, 50, 60 hours, my successful friends, they're waking up early and they're working out. You got to be a morning workout, and you got to push through it, and you'll get in the habit of doing it. Habits. We're a creation of habits. Just create a habit, and you'll get used to it. How do you want to work out? I don't know what motivates each person. If it's listening to this podcast, how about this? You go, oh, I want to listen to the podcast. I want to take over my week. How do I take over my week? How do I listen to the podcast? I'll do it while I'm working out. That's a start. You do it like that. What's a fail story? A failure story? A failed story? A failure story? What's a story of my past that failed me? Okay. When I was 12, when I was 12 years old, I was the best athlete I ever was. And I've brought this up before, but like that was I was peaking. That was where I peaked. I was dominating. Soccer, I had like 21 goals in a season. I was playing center forward. I was one of the fastest on the team. We won the bronze that year. We didn't win gold. It's okay. It's okay. All right? But I put it out there and I won. All right? I won mentally. Okay? Baseball, I was dominating. I was playing good. I was one of the best on the team. Then 13 came on. 14. I didn't start puberty. Started not being able to keep up with the other players. Was it heartbreaking? Yeah. Of course it was. And if I was coached differently back then, I still would have succeeded and been one of the best players on the team. But I wasn't coached right. Okay? I wasn't coached correctly. I didn't have someone like myself there to motivate me and teach me how to overcome adversity in situations where I needed to. Okay? I was playing winter ball. Winter ball was off season from spring ball. It wasn't as popular. Less people signed up for it. Okay, because you had soccer going on too. But I had winter ball. I wasn't good. I was one of the worst players on the team that year for some reason because I was a late bloomer. So everybody grew and I didn't. I was playing bad. I wasn't getting played as much. I was on the bench more. And when I was getting play, it was in the outfield. You know that field. You don't want to be in the outfield in Little League. You're not getting the ball a lot. Okay? My parents called the baseball coach. That's crazy. My dad didn't. My mom did. Real low for me. She's calling the baseball. She's like, he wants to participate more. And the coach was like, well, he's not good enough to participate more. The guy put me down. Where is he now? If he could see me today, he would be shocked because I took over. Man, that's low when your mom has to call the baseball coach and be like, I'd like my son to participate a little bit more. I'd like him to be more involved in the game. And this guy was all about winning. We won the championship that year. Did I help out a lot? Probably not. I probably got 4 hits. Not in one game throughout the year. But, that I remember being like, I remember thinking like, I don't think even my dad wanted to call the coaches. Like, we accept. Me and my dad were like, nah, you know what? That's just how it is. But I think my mom was like, no, I want him to be more active and participating because, at that age, 13, 14, that's when they could go to drugs or get depressed at that age. So you want to keep your kids active in sports or other activities outside of school and the house. You don't want them just sitting at home playing video games all day, getting fat. So her job was like, how do I get him more involved? He doesn't seem motivated in playing baseball right now. She was like, let me talk to the coach. Maybe I can get him more. Baseball as a little leaguer and in Little League, if it's not like traveling or something, that's what it's more about. It's more about the kids being interactive. And my mom, she's such a good mom. She was like, she was a good coach back then, mentally for the week. She was like, how do I get this guy more active? It's embarrassing at the time. I was like, I can't believe I had my mom calling. My dad wasn't calling. He wasn't going to take that. He was like, nah, he sucks. I'm not going to argue with another guy about my son sucking. Maybe I'll get in a fight with him. Imagine that. But I feel guilty now. Looking back, I feel bad for my dad. I feel like, I'm sorry, Dad, I put you in that situation. I'm sorry I put you in a situation where I wasn't good enough to play winter baseball and, I didn't do right by you. That's real low for me. And how good of a life do I have that's rock bottom for me? Very good. So I don't soak in it. I just wanted to tell you guys there are times when I failed. I failed when I was 13 and 14 at baseball. Okay? But I overcame it. And now, if you want me to go, I could go play baseball right now. Who wants to play? I'm going to be great at it. If you did a pickup game of baseball, all right? So we need 18 players, 9 on each team, all right? And I'm on your team, we're winning. I promise you. We're going to go do a pickup game in Studio City. We're going to go play at the baseball park. I'm going to win. We're going to do a pickup game of football. Tell me where the park is. I'll go. I'm going to play wide receiver. I'm going to win. I'm going to catch the ball. Throw it. Who's covering me? He's 6'2". I'm going to catch it. I'm going to catch it. You want me quarterback? I got you. I'm accurate. Dude, set up a pickup game of football or baseball. We're going to win. Basketball, I can contribute. I can pass. Sometimes I can get hot and shoot. I can get real hot and shoot. And I get hot because I'm shooting a lot. So, I'm not going to guarantee a win with basketball, but I'm going to guarantee... Well, I can guarantee a win with basketball. Let's have a pickup game. 10 people, we pick 5-on-5. My team's going to win. If there's 10 of us, all right, and we're doing 5-on-5, and you're picking, pick me, we're going to win. I can make our team correct. So, people don't understand it's with your brain. Okay? It's with your brain. I got these bean bags in my living room. Okay, so like before I got these couches, we had these old couches in my house. I have this I guess it would be like a townhouse, I guess. I don't know. It's like with there's one on top and one on bottom, and they're the same thing. I don't know what those are called. A duplex. And when I moved in, they had the couches there already. They were gross, so we got rid of them. We have these new couches. We put them in. But before that, in between the new couches, we got rid of those. We just had this one old leather couch, and then I had 3 massive bean bags. Now, it's very fratty. I understand that. But, hey, FSU, okay? It's very fratty. Now, I understand it's very fratty, but it was so comfortable and chill. You would just lounge in my TV living room, and we all just hung out. I would have comics over, end of the night. We had Postmates food, chill out. Maybe we smoke some blunts. And now, before I go any further, I'm not pushing marijuana out there because this is the Takeover pod, and we're here to motivate you. And I don't think that marijuana is the best substance to motivate you, okay? Now, that being said, it doesn't mean I'm not allowed to smoke pot sometimes. I can control my own actions. I don't know if you can. So if you want to be on my team, you're more than welcome to smoke pot. But if it's going to affect your week, then I don't want it. Then I don't want it around, okay? I can balance both. All right? So if you're smoking weed and you're still getting after it, go for it. Calvin Johnson, retired Detroit Lions wide receiver, said he smoked after every game. One of the greatest wide receivers ever to play. Quit early. If he doesn't quit early, I mean, stats are through the roofs. But he got out early. He had to smoke weed. He said that's how painful it was playing football. So, sometimes comics come over, we smoke weed, and you just lounge in these beanbags. They're so comfortable. I mean, I had a friend sleep on one for like 2 weeks. Okay? So, then I got these 2 couches. Now I have these extra 3 beanbags. They're comfortable. I don't use them a lot. I find myself using the couch. I don't use these beanbags a lot. So, sometimes my roommate, he'll sit on it with his little pug. He's got this little rat of a pug, and then he'll like sit there and pet his pug like a bitch. Just like a bitch. The way he pets it is bitchy. You know what I mean? I don't want that. I don't want that going on my fucking beanbag. I paid for these beanbags. If you're going to pet your dog on my beanbag, I want you to pet it correctly. Is that psychotic for me to think that way? It just bothers me so much the way he fucking pets his dog on my beanbag. Like, go pet your fucking dog like a bitch in your room. Because then he pets it and, like, he sheds. And then there'll be, like, a little fucking nest of hair that he's created. And then it gets on the beanbag. And he doesn't, like, there's no vacuum. He's not vacuuming that up. I got his little fucking hair on my beanbag. Dude, stop. Stop doing that. Don't pet the pug on my beanbag. Go pet him in your room. Your hair's making me itch during the podcast. That's why my nose itches every week, because I'm allergic to your dog. It's my beanbag. I make the rules for the beanbag. That's how I see it. Hey, I'm the head coach. If you have a beanbag at home, Don't pet your dog on your beanbag like a bitch. You could scratch his belly, scratch him, give him a little. No petting like a bitch if you have a beanbag at home. If you don't have a beanbag, I would suggest at least get one if you have room for it. They're big. They're like the size of this table. I mean, you could sleep on it. That's how big they are. They're like $150 to $200, but they're great. If you want one, I would suggest getting one. If you have if it's big enough for your room, instead of like one of those corner chairs in your bedroom next to your bed or something, like have a beanbag. You're not like chilling in your room really. The only time you're really ever watching TV in your bedroom is like right before bed. Or if you're like really relaxing, getting tired, it's great for that. In the living room, maybe you don't want it because it doesn't look nice and your wife's not going to let you, or your girlfriend or whatever. But it's good to have, instead of maybe a love seat or like a armchair, you could do a beanbag with the couch. If you get it the right color, you could put something on top of it. It's not that bad. You can still have curtains, throw pillows, and a beanbag, and your living room still looks nice. It's not that fratty. We don't have to have rules. There's no rules when it comes to decorating your house. We don't have to have a dining room table that we're never going to use. How many people have a dining room table, a dining room with fine dining utensils and shit, and a dining room that they never use just because, like, hey, this is my house and we have to have a dining room? Like, nobody uses it. You're not going to use your dining room? That's stupid. That's not how my house is going to be. When I buy a house, I'm breaking all the rules, okay? Not the only thing that's going to be chill like how yours would be is my bedroom. My bedroom's going to have a bed, a nightstand, a TV, a dresser, normal shit like that. Kitchen will be normal. But my TV room, no, that's going to be chill the fuck out. It's going to be however I want it. We're not going to have a dining room. I'll have a kitchen table where I'll eat food. But in a dining room, if I have fucking people over to have like a nice dinner, we're fucking watching TV and we're eating at the dinner table and maybe lounging on beanbags and shit. I'm not gonna have a dining room table. That's so stupid. Why did we have that rule? You don't have to have that. Who made that up? I didn't make it up. Somebody made it up. It's like, that's a waste of a room. My dining room table growing up got used twice a year. Christmas, Thanksgiving. That's it. That's it. We could have put a trampoline in there. Could have had a good time. Live your life. We could all die tomorrow. Not that we're getting negative on here. I'm just saying you got to really think about your situations. That's just how it is. You ever get a bloody nose? The only reason I'm bringing up this story, and it's another story of a situation where I didn't win, but it doesn't mean that I didn't learn from it and become successful from it, because there was a win in this situation. So how about this? Here's a situation of a story I'm gonna tell you where I didn't necessarily win, but I still won because I was able to do something in that situation that was good. You can take good from any negative situation. When I was in college, I was with some of my buddies from FSU, and we were visiting another buddy in UCF. UCF's in Orlando. FSU's in Tallahassee. So we were in UCF for the weekend. We're visiting him, and we're out drinking, and we're back at the apartment complex where he lived. And we're at these girls' place, and there's these other guys there. I don't know where they're from or who knows them, but they're, when you have college kids who are from different fraternities drinking around each other, there's going to be some hostility, especially if Michael Lenoci, Coach Lenoci at the time, is drinking. I don't do good drinking sometimes. When I was younger, I was very immature, and I would start fights. So I started a fight, okay? I don't know what I said. I was an asshole, okay? But I've learned from that. But I remember I was like, of the kids I was with, I felt like I was the most intimidating at the time. I was like, I got this. I'll lead us. And there's these kids, and we're like, fuck you. And we're in each other's face, like talking shit. Not going to do anything. We're just talking shit. And I remember the kid's like right in my face, and he goes, he puts his head back and just headbutts me right in the nose. Boom! Explodes my nose with blood. Now, at the time, I'm wearing a white polo, a white Ralph Lauren's polo. It was one of my favorite shirts. I hit my nose, grab it, and then go, oh my God, see, I'm bleeding. The kid doesn't hit me after that. That's it. That's just the fight. That was it. It's over. He won. He won. Thankfully, he was just like a normal kid, like, and didn't like keep going. He could have destroyed me after that. If you hit someone in the nose, it's over. They can't see. Their eyes are watering. They're grabbing their nose. I see that. I take my polo off and throw it off of my whole body without getting blood on it. I saved the shirt. That's the point of the story. I was able to save the shirt in a situation where it might have not been possible to save a shirt. But that's how quick I was. That's how good I'm at taking a polo off. I'm so good at taking polos off. I don't even know how I did, because I was like this, and I was like, oh, shit. And I must have went like this and wiped it, and then real fast looked down. I looked down and then threw it off. So I was very proud of that moment. I'm not proud that I got my nose. It didn't break. It was just bloody. But I'm proud that I was able to flip my polo off. Wonder whatever happened to that polo. I mean, it was 15 years ago probably, so I don't have it anymore. But it would have been cool to still have. You remember how I got an app, the meditation app? I talked about that. I used it a little bit. It's mostly just breathing exercises, but it's been helping a little bit. I hope you like the new setup. I like this. It feels cozy. It's cozier. It's different. You know what I mean? Like, you're at an angle. I don't know. Maybe it's I'm using a different lens this week too. It's more of like it's got like a weird warp to it. Maybe it's not a good idea. I don't know. I did some new bits in the Long Beach Laugh Factory. That's exciting. Dude, I love coming up with new bits, and when they work, that's ecstasy to me. I don't know what to tell you other than that. I can't tell you what's more ecstasy than that. I mean, like, coming feels good, obviously. Obviously, I like to come. Fuck, man. That fucking feels so good when you come up with a new bit and it kind of works, even a little bit. You're like, oh, I got something here. It will go on forever. I'm going to make it even stronger. Upcoming shows. I got literally, if you're listening to this, it's the Ice House is Thursday. This Thursday, I got the Ice House in Pasadena. Again, if you hit me up, how about this? If you hit me up this week, I will put you on my guest list if you live in Pasadena. Hit me up. If you're part of the team, I'll give you free tickets to the Ice House Thursday, 8 p.m., Pasadena, California. I got some funny buddies on the show. I got my buddy Joe Marisi. I got my buddy David Murphy. And I got Mark Hayes. It's going to be a fun show. I'll be doing like 45 minutes. One of my longer sets I've ever done really in Los Angeles. So, again, if you hit me up, I'll put you on the guest list because you're part of the team. You're part of the Takeover team. Okay? Coach Lenoci is going to help you out. But other than that, Boston, tickets went on sale. I think I started selling some already. I know it's far out. I know it's not till February. But the more I sell, the better. The more I sell quickly, the better for me. Then I could add more shows around there, hopefully for like New York and DC or Philly, whatever. But Philly, I already got good feedback from it, so I'm excited. So check it out. You can get tickets online at michaellenoci.com. If you purchase tickets for the Boston show and you show me receipt, I'll actually send you a Guys Night Out pod t-shirt. Just tell me your size and I'll mail it to you. I have a bunch of those shirts that I give out to loyal Guys Night Out pod listeners. And, I'm sure there's some crossover. So if you are a fan of that podcast and you are in Boston and you purchase tickets, I'll send one out to you. Just hit me up and you can email me through Guys Night Out or on Instagram. Hopefully I'll see it, or Instagram use Guys Night Out pod for that. But for the Takeover, for Coach Lenoci fans, you guys could send questions into the Instagram at the Takeover pod. I'll respond to you there. If you guys got suggestions that you want to throw in about how we can become better as a team and take over each week and have a dynasty run. Okay? I feel good. I'm glad. I'm getting hungry. I should probably go eat. I'm gonna go to the gym after this because, dude, we gotta be in the gym, working out at least 3 times a week, doing something, even if it's like walking. Even if you're walking, let's do it. All right, you gotta be in there and you gotta be doing it strong. Man, I was gonna do song of the week. I was gonna make that like a thing, but I switched it to like having a quote of the week. What do you think about that? I think that's fun. Song of the week, like I don't know if I can post that. Like it worked a couple weeks ago. It worked. Like YouTube allowed it, but like if I pick a song and I play it and then it's not allowed on YouTube, then it would fuck up the whole upload, and I would have to go through and edit that part out and then re-export it from Premiere, and then that's just annoying. Also looking for producers, for video producers for Instagram. If you're out there and you're a big fan, shoot me over some ideas, and if I like it, I'll repost it. And if I really like it, maybe we could collab, and I could try to hire you and pay you to work for me, which would be dope if it's really good, and I think it's worth it. So just to have those in mind. Thanks again for listening. I appreciate it every week. Please leave those 5-star reviews, and tell somebody who needs a takeover, who needs help for their week, because that's what we're doing here, guys. And I love you. And again, thank you so much. I appreciate it.